Karl-Anthony Towns is going through it right now. As we reported a few days ago, Karl-Anthony Towns is dealing with a family tragedy right now, and it's affecting him in a number of ways, including his game. And recently, he spoke to the media and he opened up about this tragedy. And after hearing what he had to say, honestly, I'm surprised he's even playing basketball at all. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, but you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications on as well too. We still have that goal of trying to reach 50,000 subscribers, and your support means everything. And now, let's get started. Karl-Anthony Towns opens up about family tragedy. It's pretty obvious. We all see it. Karl-Anthony Towns is going through something extremely significant right now. We dropped the video about it a few days ago, but just to sum up, one of Karl-Anthony Towns' close friends has passed away due to cancer. Mentally, during games, you can see it. Karl-Anthony Towns is just not there. You can see it in his body language and how he's playing the game. He just doesn't look the same. And recently, he opened up to the media speaking about exactly what he's going through. Now, honestly, I could say the quote, I could repeat exactly what he said, but in this situation, it means so much to hear from Karl-Anthony Towns himself. Roll it.
With love and my family and support from everybody in this locker room and the team. So just obviously it's been a very tough week, especially for a week where a place that I'm usually comfortable at in the summer. It meant to have, like I said before, have my teammates supporting me, understanding the situation, and have the love of my family and then my girl's family just through this hard time. It's all very close with this woman, and for me, it's a little tougher, having to open old wounds up, to be there for her kids that lost their mother, and I know how that is. So, two boys losing their mother, I know the feeling. So, having to open up my old wounds to support them and help them through this process is it's a lot. Something that I wish no one was.
Powerful words from Karl-Anthony Towns. Clearly, you can see it through his body language, how he's speaking, his facial expressions. He is clearly torn up about this. He is going through it, and you can even see it during his game when he's playing on the court. If anybody didn't know, this was Karl-Anthony Towns' close friend that did pass away. And as you can see there from Jordan Woods, Karl-Anthony Towns' girlfriend, she shares a message that states, "Thank you all for the prayers and concern. I had to bury one of my closest people to me yesterday after she lost her battle to breast cancer. Life isn't always fair. She will be missed tremendously." If you'll notice, I haven't mentioned anything about Karl-Anthony Towns, his play, or his performance. There's a reason for that, and I spoke about it in the other video I dropped about Karl-Anthony Towns. It's that human element. I could talk about how Karl-Anthony Towns didn't take enough shots, didn't look as good as he should have looked. I could see everybody in the comments underneath all of the posts that talked about Karl-Anthony Towns' stat saying, wow, he can't run a team. He can't lead a team like Jalen Brunson. What's going on with Cat? Wow, that's not a great performance from a guy who should be giving you great performances, given everything you traded for him and given the fact that he knows Jalen Brunson is out. I saw those comments, but for me, I went in a slightly different direction than most people did. I saw what was happening, but I understood what just happened in his life, what happened to somebody very close to him, and the fact that he pushed it all to the side for the fans, for the team, because he understands how limited we are without him, how injured we are without him. So he's pushing past all of that pain to play for us. I don't know if you heard it there, but I did. What he's going through right now, it makes him think about losing his mom. Speaking at somebody who's lost one of his parents already, when I had to bury my father and I have to speak to other friends who had to bury their dads, I normally speak about my father to bond, to connect on that human level. Karl-Anthony Towns did the exact same thing. And when you do that, and I speak from experience, it always hits you back here. No matter how much you want to prevent it, how much you don't want to experience it the same way, when you relate on that level, you have to go back to how it felt when you felt that way. And no matter who you are, superstar, all-star, regular person, it's going to hurt. It's going to affect you, both physically and mentally, especially when your game needs to have you locked in. How are you supposed to be able to be locked in when all you can think about is your mom, who is no longer here? Sometimes, and I said it before, but I think I need to say it again, it's more than just basketball. There's another level to all of this. And I hope that sometimes we're all able to see the other side of it. What's the point of all of these reports, all of these videos that I drop? After you see them, after you hear about it, you forget about it after the fact when the Knicks are playing. I understand the game is on. I understand we want to win. And I understand at times Karl-Anthony Towns does not look like the player we need him to look like. But I want to take a quote here from my guy Josh Hart, because you know how he is. He always keeps things 100 and says things right from his chest. And right now, we need a little bit of that. We need a little bit of that bluntness. So let's hear from Josh Hart, because he said the following when talking about Karl-Anthony Towns and what he's going through and what fans have to say about Towns.
Getting through a difficult week, getting back in the swing of things and trying to lead the group without Jalen.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's, a lot of you guys forget that we're humans. Where you guys look at us like we're, little animals at a petting zoo or a parlay or something like that. And y'all forget that we're actual people, that we have, real life, problems and traumas and things like that we have to navigate. So we give them a lot of credit. We're there for them. And I think that everyone has to keep that in mind, when they see things, people say stupid things when they don't understand. We're humans.
We're humans. I don't know a better way to sum up exactly how I feel than saying exactly what Josh Hart said. Sometimes I feel like some fans look at these players like they are animals because they don't think about their emotions, what they're going through, their family life, or anything like that. They just look at the player on the floor and whether he performs well or not. And if not, and they had a parlay, a bet, or anything like that, they go off, they go crazy. They go to their burner accounts on social media and start going off on players because that's now become the norm. When can we make it the norm that we can sympathize and start understanding for our fellow human beings? When can that be the norm? Because I am sick and tired of creating videos about this being the norm. Karl-Anthony Towns is clearly going through something. I've made a number of videos about it, so have a number of other creators. If you understand that and are still complaining about your parlay not hitting, complaining that Karl-Anthony Towns isn't quote unquote stepping up in the way you would like him to, like Josh Hart just said, please remember there's a human element to all of this. Players are going through things right now, especially Karl-Anthony Towns, who, because of losing his close friend, had to open up fresh wounds. Wounds he did not want to have to open up, but he was forced to open up to help kids get through their loss with their mom. That's what he's doing in his off time. And then after that, he is either practicing, trying to be there for his family and also trying to be there for the Knicks. He is doing all of this, juggling all of this. And some people don't even have the smallest part of compassion. Like Josh Hart said, we're all humans. So sometimes it's okay to treat others like human beings, because sometimes that's what's needed, especially in this situation when a player is dealing with a significant loss and is clearly going through it. But what about you guys? What do you think about Karl-Anthony Towns clearly being affected mentally, physically, and his play on the court because he lost somebody very close to him? Let me know how you feel about this family tragedy that he's going through in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.